Hey folks, I want to talk to you today about talking to clients, about talking about the important things that clients want to talk about, because we want to talk about square footage, we want to talk about rent, we want to talk about their lease termination, we want to talk about parking spaces and stuff, but you know what, they want to talk business. And so we've got to get good at business language. So I'm going to put up in front of you a slideshow that shows you a bunch of business terms. And I would like you to get familiar with these, because if you're talking to clients about business, this is what they want. This is their language. They want to talk about the business issues the firms are having. They want to talk about profitability, key performance indicators, KPIs, key performance indicators. How do they measure the success of their business moving forward? Business planning. They want to talk about how they're planning their business. Growth, how they're going to grow. Change management, because businesses change like crazy. There's always a lot of change going on, and they want to talk about how they're implementing that. Positioning themselves against competitors. How do we position? Are we like the high end? Are we the low end? Are we the fast one? Are we the creative one? Are we the cool one? How is our positioning? Company values. Lots of CEOs like to talk about the values of the company. Same with HR. Business models. Like, what's the business model? Are we distributing this stuff? Is it a conventional business model? Is it wholesale? Is it direct marketing? What's the business model? Organizational structure. They want to talk about the structure of their company. They want to talk about capital expenditures, CapEx. Capital expenditures. What are we investing on that doesn't wear out this year? That's a capital expenditure. It lasts longer. It gets a different tax treatment. Operations. They want to talk. People that are into operations like to talk about operations, and you need to be conversant with that. Financial issues. Are they borrowing money? Are they selling bonds? How's their corporate debt structured? Competitors love to talk about competitors. They love to say, tell me what you see other people doing. They want to talk about ratios. How do they compare ratio-wise? What are the ratios within the business? How many square feet per person, and what's the volume, and so ratios are a big conversation with a lot of folks. ROI, okay? Now, return on investment. A lot of people talk about return on investment, and that is a pretty conventional term that's used out in the market, okay? But return of investment is also part of the game plan. They want to talk about what's the return, what are they getting on that? Okay, employee engagement, okay? And they want to talk about employee engagement. How engaged are employees? How do we get them to be more engaged? What do we do? Do we have wellness programs? What do we do? Distribution channels. How do we distribute our stuff? Who actually sells it? Who brings it in? Bonus structures. They don't necessarily talk to you about it, but they do talk with each other about it. And then EBITDA, earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization. Okay, EBITDA and net operating income, NOI. These are both really important things to understand in the business. These are terms that you need to get up to speed with, and makes you look like you know more about business. And if the number one thing our tenants are asking for from us is to understand their business, and you don't speak their language, that's a real problem. So here's what I'd like you to do. Take this list. You can get it on the Collier's site. You can also look up a lot of the definitions on it as well on the Acceleration site. Or the CU site. I'd like you to get up to speed on this so that next time you have a business conversation, you really sound like you know what you're doing. Good luck with that this week.